Hey everyone, spoiler alert. Wish is Disney's newest animated film for children. At first glance, Wish is generally an enjoyable, if somewhat bland film that includes the requisite tropes of songs and things that are necessary for a Disney princess movie. On paper, the film works great, but on screen, it leaves you feeling just a little bit uneasy. I wanted to know why this film felt so different. So I put my story editor brain on in order to figure it out. And I can tell you that the storytelling choices are surprising and important because they're not obvious and they leave the interpretation up to the viewer. In short, I kind of think Disney accidentally created a thinker film. So here's the thing. Thinking about Wish from both the villains and the heroes' perspectives make it one of the most oddly complex, complicated, and morally ambiguous films that Disney has ever created in its princess franchise. The magic of this film, it resides in the villain story where it subverts or revolutionizes Disney's traditional princess movie structure. That's where things get really interesting with Wish. Again, this will be a spoiler review so that I can kind of dig into how the movie story structure impacts our feelings for the villain and why this movie may not hit the sweet spot that we would normally expect with an animated Disney princess film. Wish features Asha, a clever and spunky heroine who is joined by a sidekick, fairy god star, and a pack of teenage friends, as well as a king. King Magnifico is a flawed villain who raises questions about what it means to be a hero as well as a villain. As a young boy, Magnifico and his family lost everything at the hands of some bad people. As an idealistic youth, he learned magic to protect his people and their hopes and their dreams, keeping them safe and happy in his island kingdom of roses. That is how Wish opens and introduces us to the movie's villain. They establish Magnifico's character as a good and kind man who opens his kingdom to anyone in need of safety and security, or maybe people who just want to have their wishes come true. At this point, because of how Disney set up the film, you can't help but to care for him. All he asks is for adults to willingly give him their wishes for safekeeping. Wishes are that weird little special part inside of us that inspires our dreams. And everyone is genuinely happy in roses, including our hero Asha, who greets travelers with this upbeat song called Welcome to Roses. Magnifico even grants one or more wishes per month after carefully considering which wishes to grant and which to leave unfulfilled, since he sees some wishes as being potentially dangerous or harmful to the safety and security of the kingdom. It also is important to note that he doesn't actually use the wishes for anything. He doesn't do anything with them, nor does he force the wishes out of people against their will. It has to be willing. He does exactly what he says he will do, and he keeps the wishes safe from harm, even from him. Asha learns that her grandfather's wish will never be granted. Magnifico fears that the beautiful but kind of vague wish of his to inspire people could one day present a danger to Rosas's people. And this creates a conflict between Magnifico and Asha, who views his decision as unfair. She believes that if Magnifico isn't going to grant the wishes, he should return them to the people and give them a chance to make their own wishes come true. And I don't know, that nothing seems wrong with that idea either. She also sees all the wishes as good and beautiful, while he has a more nuanced view. and perhaps a little selfish interpretation of how the wishes could impact roses. This makes me wonder, are all wishes good wishes? Could one person's wish harm another person? If so, could it be magically granted or returned to the person? So, within 2 days' time, Asha basically challenges Magnifico and his entire reason for building roses. She takes back her grandfather's wish and she turns the people against him by making them doubt their choice and giving him their wishes in the first place. From Magnifico's point of view, the rising conflict puts his people in danger, triggering his fear of seeing his family and his home and his people destroyed yet again. While he may have grown self-absorbed and overprotective of Rosas and his power, it is the deep-seated fear that everyone in Rosas could lose their safety and security that drives him to using dark magic in order to stop Asha from endangering their home. So, are bad things done for good reasons good? I don't know. I just don't know. There are a lot of questions in this movie. Disney drills this point into us multiple times when Magnifico expresses his fears while looking at this charred and burnt wall hanging of his own childhood kingdom. By doing so, they successfully establish his fears and concerns as legitimate. Even up to this point in the story, Magnifico remains a likable, compelling, and sympathetic character, making the audience struggle to see him as a villain. It's fascinating that Magnifico, the villain, and Asha, the hero, are so similar. Like young Magnifico, Asha just wants the best for her people, and she believes that the best thing for them is to return their wishes. She doesn't understand his perspective, and he doesn't understand hers. They never take the time to really talk and understand each other before reacting. Asha's actions would effectively return the people the power that they gave to him, eliminating their dependence on magic. So she wishes on a star and the star comes down to help her. Magnifico feels the power shift and goes into emergency mode as Asha secretly restores her grandfather's wish, only to see Magnifico crush her mother's wish out of anger. At which point he accidentally kind of absorbs the wish into himself in the process. He is surprised and corrupted by the unexpected boost of power that absorbing someone else's wish gives him. But it doesn't actually destroy the wish, it's still inside of him. At this point, Magnifico changes, growing more self-absorbed, more fearful, and more desperate. He grows unhinged when he learns about the star that is helping Asha. And that's when he gives into the dark magic to stop Asha and to capture that rogue star. All the while, he becomes increasingly delusional by thinking he is still doing good, but it's clear that his motives are changing right before our eyes, even if he can't see it. That is exactly how you create empathy for a character, because as adults, we can understand how easy it is to fall from grace into a misguided effort to do the right thing. That is the point when Asha rises to defeat the now evil king. Was he evil before the conflict, or was he just misguided? If they had talked and listened to each other, could all of this been avoided? Unlike most Disney princess movies, we see the villain as a good person first. We care for him, we sympathize with him, and we feel empathy for him, as well as for the hero. This is a dramatic shift in the storytelling compared to past Disney villains in films like Snow White, Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, and others. In the final battle between Magnifico and Asha, we know he must be stopped. And the fairy tale rules are clear. The hero must win, the villain must be eliminated, but You've grown to care for this villain. During their battle, Magnifico is trapped in a crystal and hidden away in the dungeons forever, with no path for the redemption, no opportunity to heal, and no forgiveness available to him, despite not actually killing or harming anyone other than seemingly destroying Asha's mother's wish. He has lost everything again. Everything he feared has now come true. Given Wish's setup, is this the right ending? Because it doesn't feel right to have Magnifico locked away forever with no hope of redemption. We are all hoping during the film for some path forward that would restore the people's wishes and would teach Magnifico a lesson. That's not what we got. And it didn't deliver on the promise that the conflict set up for Magnifico. I don't think Disney intended this result because it just feels wrong. Instead, viewers are left to question the outcome, imagining how it could have been different. Should it have been different? What could have changed to make it different? Asha and Magnifico start out as young people who are good, kind, and idealistic, and who have both witnessed an injustice that they want to rectify. Magnifico learns magic to protect his people, while Asha is given magic by the star to protect the same people, people who now embrace her as their new fairy godmother to protect them, just like they did with Magnifico. Disney undermines Asha's victory by having the people trade one all-powerful magic user for another. And since Asha and Magnifico are so much alike, how can the people of Roses be sure she won't become like him when she grows up? Did Disney even realize that they did this? It's fascinating that Disney produced a film that begins with a morally good villain and then shows us the slippery slope that led to his doom without providing any path for his redemption. In its current form, Wish essentially shows us that when a good person falters and does a bad thing, other good people must rise and then permanently cast the evildoer aside with no hope for recovery or mercy. 50 years in the future, will the townspeople need to rise and cast Asha aside permanently if they have a different idea of how she should be leading and protecting them? I don't know, maybe. Instead, Disney could have adjusted the story so that the star's power removed Magnifico's magic, both good and evil, making him like everyone else. This would have forced him to confront his wrongdoing while giving him a chance to earn back the love and trust of his people. Plus, he and Asha, they could have worked together to build a better society for everyone, giving the film a strong moral ending with a powerful lesson about conflict resolution. Would this type of ending have instilled the same kind of ideal of love and hope that Disney princess movies are known for? I think it might have. If you are a parent, watch Wish with your child and then talk with them about it. Ask them questions. I'll include some in the description below that you can ask your kids. Come up with some of your own as well. You might be surprised by their answers, or even by your own answers for that matter. You might even find that you end up liking this film more when you think about it. And that leads you to kind of imagining potential other outcomes and how they got there. I mean, like I said, I think it's a thinker film, an unexpected thinker film. All right. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked this review. And if you did, please do give it a thumbs up because the YouTube algorithm likes thumbs. And if you like the review, go ahead and subscribe and get some more. All right, everybody, that's it for now. I will see you again soon. Bye.